Hello, baseball fans. Welcome into this one. Some AAA baseball in the Pacific Coast League coming your way. It's the Oklahoma City Comets and the Albuquerque Isotopes. First pitch coming at you right after the break. We're almost ready to get this one going. And on the mound in this one, Blake Adams. But he hasn't exactly been terrific here on his home mound. Quite the strikeout-to-walk ratio he's posted this season, better than 4-1. That is elite control, and it usually leads to a whole lot of success when you can avoid beating yourself with walks. Obviously, you need to limit hits as well, but he's showing some high-level skills on the mound. Coming up to the dish for Oklahoma City, Chucky Robinson. And we're underway here this afternoon. One now. And that one fouled off. Battling here, fouls it away. Keeps the AB going with the foul ball. Winds, kicks, here's the pitch. Swings and misses, struck him out. One out in the top of the first. Now at the plate, Santiago Espinal. On fire at the dish lately. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one. Ground ball to second base. 2 away. So digging in, James Tibbs the third.
James Tibbs the third.
This pitch popped up. And that's the end of the inning. Welcome back. And today's starter, Nick Nastrini. Base runners tough to come by with this arm on the mound. What a great job he's done this season limiting right-handed batters, keeping their average against him down below 200. You face so many righty hitters over the course of a season, and that means how you perform against them is extra important. Amazing that he's kept them under the Mendoza line. Kyle Karros, the leadoff batter, looks at ball one.
Four-seam fastball, high outside.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Four-seam fastball, high middle. Four-seam fastball, high inside.
2-1 pitch coming. Swing and a pop-up foul out of play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. Here's the 2-2. That one is foul. We'll see another.
Overhand curve, low inside.
2-2. Here's the pitch. Fights that one off. We'll reset and do it again.
Circle change, low middle.
Here comes the 2-2 offering. That's to third, Espinal. Over to first. Now one out. Base is empty, one away. Here's the catcher, Kyle McCann.
Circle change, low inside.
That's
a
down and
ball.
away.
Four-seam fastball. Low outside.
That one catches the corner for a strike.
Low outside.
Ball 2.
Middle outside.
Swings and misses. It's 2-2. One out and the base is empty. So one on now with one away. It's been a tough run at the plate for him lately. He needed that base hit. Line drives into center are such high percentage swings. There are a lot of hits to be found out there. Now, Chris Bryant. And a pop-up in foul territory on the right side. And there's 2 away. And next, the cleanup hitter, T.J. Rumfield. Really bringing some thump at the plate lately. 3 home runs over the last 5 games. Brew stops the lead runner at second, 2 on and 2 out. So up next, Drew Avens. Carrying it up at the plate recently. 4 extra base knocks already in this series. 0-1, here's the pitch.
Ball, that's low.
That one misses low. This could be the action pitch right here with runners on and a hitter's count. Swing and a miss. Textbook pitching. Slowed him down with the curve, then blew the fastball by him after he adjusted to the lower velo. Great work. Here comes the 2-2. That's a little bit low. A little inside conscious now, and maybe the pitcher will target the outer half of the plate. Swings and misses. Struck the batter out. And that ends the inning. The Comets at the plate here in the second. Inning. Adams, 6'2" righty. He works with a 4-seam fastball, a slurve, a changeup, and he works in a 2-seamer. Way out front for strike 2. And that's a strikeout looking. Leadoff batter retired here in the second. 1 out and the bases are empty. And now, Josue De Paula. 2 hits in 4 at-bats during yesterday's ballgame. That one is absolutely pummeled. Does it have the distance? That one's gone. Wastes no time on this one. Up to 5 homers in the series. And just like that, they're out in front. It's 1-0. He's been on an upward trend at the plate recently. A lot of good at-bats. And when you start stringing them together, the front office definitely takes notice. 1 down. And now the right fielder, Matt Gorski, had the day off yesterday. Pop-up foul on the right side. And that is a foul ball. Late on that fastball. Hack and a miss. That's a strikeout. Next up for the Comets, Noah Miller. Didn't play in last night's game. Have a little breathing. 1 run in the inning so far. Here in the top of the second.
Ball 1.
Pretty far inside and gets out of the way. That'll back him up a bit. That one ripped, but foul. Popped in the air, left field. Amador moving under this one. And makes the catch. On to the bottom of the second. And now the shortstop, Adael Amador. That pitch gets the inside corner. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And the strike is overturned following the review. So they still have both challenges. And that ABS review is sponsored by Gloucester and Tiresias Optical, where they're committed to finding the ideal specs for your spectacles. Once you get glasses with them, you'll see the world in a whole new light. And it's gone! All tied up thanks to the homer. Stepping to the plate for Albuquerque, Nicky Lopez. Swinging a ground ball up the middle, base hit. That one must have felt pure coming off the ball. It's a nice, simple approach there. Sent that one back through the middle for a clean base hit. Now at the dish, Brett Sullivan. Go ahead, run it first. Nobody out. Bottom half of the second inning.
Ball one.
In the air, along the left field line. Rolling to third. Into third, and they are rolling. Runners at the corners. Still nobody out. Sterling Thompson will hit next. Struggling to make contact lately, striking out nearly twice in each of the last 5 games. In there for strike one. Tied up here early in the ball game. That one smashed to left field. And it one-hops the wall. Runner from third in to score. Coming to the plate. He'll score two. He had the opportunity to drive in some runs, and he comes through to break the tie. Great back control on that pitch. Got a pitch on the outside, let it travel deep into the zone, and ripped it the other way for the knock. Base hit, right field. Runner around third. Scores with ease. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double. Comes through with the RBI. Good job to stay back on that one and not roll over on it. Let it get deep in the zone, then drop the bat head on it and ripped it the other way for a knock. And that's ripped for a base hit. Coming around third. Crosses the plate. In at second with an RBI double. Tallies a run and earns the RBI. Got the center cut fastball and pounced on it. That thing was smoked. So a runner aboard, digging in for the Isotopes. And this one could be extra bases. Headed for the plate. Scores easily. Picks himself up an RBI. Nice line drive cut there. Had everything working smoothly on the swing. That's one to try and replicate. The 0-1 offering. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. That's a beautiful backdoor breaking ball, and he had no chance at the plate. Great pitch. And it's foul. The at-bat keeps going. Foul ball, still 0-2. Close, doesn't get the call. That's a break for the hitter. I think that was strike 3. Inside, nearly got the batter. I guess the silver lining is that he hasn't walked anybody, but they are peppering him with their hitting. He needs to miss some more bats. Got it. Battled for a long time, but it ends up with a strikeout. Can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Stands in now and watches strike one. With a changeup at 88 miles an hour, if you can keep a good enough velocity dip from the fastball, you'll have hitters guessing at just about every pitch. Swing and a miss, that's a K. Back-to-back Ks. Now it's the shortstop, El Amador. Already a solo homer in this one. Close, but call the ball. And that clips the inside corner. And that's a fair ball. Runner rounds third, on his way to the plate. Comes across to score. Got out in front, but didn't allow the wrists to yank that one into foul ground. That's a good example of extending through the swing and following through the line that pitch into the outfield for a hit. In the air to left center. And that's that. We move on to the third inning. Here's the second baseman, Taylor Young. This pitch popped up. And there's one down. Nice high fastball to get the pop out. Hitter looked like he was right on it, but that late velocity and hop got him swinging underneath it. Easy out for this defense. Into the outfield, base hit. That will bring up the top of the order with one away. No time wasted here. Smoke that through the infield for a base hit. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. Now up, Chucky Robinson. This one in the air to right. Two down. So digging in, Santiago Espinal. Rolled out to second in the first AB. And the 0-1 now. Right side, and it stays fair. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a two-out double, second and third now. And he keeps swinging a hot bat. Some really good games lately. Might be a chance for them to start working their way back into this thing. Next up, James Tibbs III. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. We're here in the top half of the third. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position. And that one hit to first. Takes it to the bag alone. And that ends the inning. All set for the bottom of the third. Coming up to the dish for Albuquerque, Brett Sullivan. Swing and a long drive to left field. He can admire this one. It's out of here. Wastes no time on this one. 4th home run of the season. And they tack on to their lead. It's 8-1. He's gone deep in back-to-back games, and his team looks pretty good at the plate right now. Clearly seeing the ball well. And the next batter, Sterling Thompson. Cracked a double the first time at bat. In there, and it's 0-1. Nobody on, nobody out. 1 run already across the plate this inning. Here in the back end of the third inning. This one popped up. And there's 1 down. The lineup flips over. Now the third baseman, Kyle Karros. 1 for 2. On the ground to the right side, Young. Out number 2. 2 down now. Next up for the Isotopes, Kyle McCann. And a good fastball to start off. That's strike 1. Crushes this one to right, and you can just tell that one goodbye. It is long gone. And they add to their lead. It's 9-1. Well, he saw 2 pitches, swung at both of them, and the second time worked out pretty well. That's a good payoff for the aggressive approach. So 2 down. Digging in for the Isotopes, Chris Bryant. So they turn things over to the righty, Blake Trinan. Has some nasty breaking stuff. Hey! 2 outs, base is empty. Close, but rule the ball. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Ripped, but it curls foul. And now the 1-2. Here's a grounder up the middle. Play made, that ends the inning. But they had the power bats working this inning with 2 home runs leaving the yard. And they're starting to run away with it. Score is now 9-1. Top 4 with the Comets at the dish. Hit hard on the ground to short. Sends it to first. Leadoff batter retired in the 4th. And now at the plate, Josue De Paula. He's already homered in this ball game. The 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. This has been a solid outing for him, and a lot of that is because he keeps pounding the zone, like he did with that low fastball. Down in the dirt, swing and a miss. Out on the drop, 3rd strike. 2 gone. 3 pitches and that AB ends in a strikeout. Might want to try and battle a bit more. Bases are empty with 2 away. Matt Gorski, the next to hit. 0 for 1, struck out swinging last time. That one to first. And that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive. Sometimes you don't need to hit it all that hard. Just put it in play and hope it finds a hole like it did on that grounder. Digging in for the Comets, Noah Miller. 0 for 1 so far. That one down the line. And it stays fair. Lead runner turns at second. Here comes the throw. Safe. Not in time to get it. And it's 1st and 3rd with 2 away. Back-to-back base hits. Great bat control there. Slapped it down the 3rd base line and kept it fair. That's clean hitting. 2 outs with runners at the corner. Now it's the second baseman, Taylor Young. First time up was a pop-out. Line drive, that's a base knock. The run scores from 3rd. It's an RBI single, and it's 9-2. And that makes it 3 hits in a row for this one. Great job to step through that and line it the other way for a knock. That's the kind of thing hitters work on consistently, and he's turning that work into in-game success. The batter now, Mike Sirota. And that'll do it. Welcome back. The Isotopes at the dish in the bottom of the 4th. For the Isotopes, Albuquerque had a team called the Dukes with some great players over the years, including Mike Piazza, Dave Stewart, Oral Hershiser, and Pedro Martinez. In the air, out towards right center. Flashes the leather on the running catch. And there's one down. So up next, Drew Avens, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Nope, outside.
That missed,
Ball, that's up there.
and that's ball 2. This is better discipline we're seeing from this hitter after striking out multiple times in this one. Missed off the plate, and that's ball 3. Sinker gets the bottom of the zone. That's a strike. And that's a walk.
Ball 4. First base.
And at first with 1 gone. Coming up to the dish for Albuquerque, Adael Amador. Hit on the ground to the right side. Will do it alone. Now 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Nicky Lopez. Swings and misses at the first pitch, 0-1. What a sinker he's got. Tons of dive on that pitch. Usually a sinker is designed to get ground outs, but he gets batters to swing and miss at it. Gets a piece, stays alive. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Just missed the inside corner. And that's ball 1. What a take with 2 strikes. Sliced hard, but foul. Right now, he's struggling to throw something by the batter. At the plate, that's got to be a confidence boost for him, making contact and frustrating this arm. Swings and flares it. And it falls! Runner from second scores as they add on. It's an RBI single, and it's now 10-2. 2 outs and a runner at first. Brett Sullivan getting ready to hit. He's already gone yard in this game. Late on that fastball. Grounder to third. There in plenty of time, ends the inning. On to the next inning, and here's the catcher, Chucky Robinson. Swing and a miss. That one missed by a ton. Robinson, 31 years old, and he's been crossing the plate quite a bit lately with 8 runs scored in the last 10 games. Swings and misses. And the leadoff batter retired in their half of the 5th. Nobody on with 1 out. And here is Santiago Espinal. Swings through that one for strike 1. That slurve was beautiful. Great break, and he was able to get the swing and miss. Fastball a little tight there. That's smart pitching against a hitter who uses the whole field. If he can't extend his arms, it's hard for him to hit the other way. A swing and a miss, chases way out of the zone. Got the hitter swinging for the strikeout. Two batters retired in the top of the fifth. Base is empty with 2 out. Stepping to the plate for Oklahoma City, James Tibbs III. And that's a base hit. That was over in a hurry. Efficient way to get a hit. With balls into the gaps like that one, hitters know they can think about extra bases and make that wide turn around first base. That's a great swing. Digging in, Ryan Ward. Tibbs leading off first with 2 away. Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now. Swing and a ball popped up. And that is out number 3. Bottom of the 5th here in Albuquerque. Now it's the right fielder, Sterling Thompson.
Sinker. Low outside.
Strike 2.
Four-seam fastball. High inside.
That one hammered but pulled foul.
Sweeper. Low middle.
Fly to left. There's one down. Batting order turns over. Here's the third baseman, Kyle Karros. 1 for 3.
Nope, that's a ball.
Sweeper. Low middle.
Next pitch in for a strike.
Sweeper.
1 out and the base is empty. Line, and that's a base hit. So they get a runner on with a 1-out single. That's a swing I'm sure he'll want to come back to in the video room and try to replicate consistently. Great rip to the opposite field for a hit. McCann, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Grounder up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. The runner hits second and heads for third. Here comes the throw. The tag, out! Man on at first. Next up, the designated hitter, Chris Bryant. This one is labeled. This ball is carrying. Makes the grab on a leaping play at the wall. Top of the 6th inning, and now it's going to be Josue De Paul. In the air to left. And a foul ball. With all these first pitch strikes, he's clearly not afraid of contact. This is an aggressive and effective approach. Strike 2. Gets a piece there, we'll do it again. Now here's the 0-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Picks up the 7th strikeout of the ball game. Base is empty, 1 away. Matt Gorski digs in now. Fires to first on the run, and they get the out. Noah Miller will hit next. Close one, but doesn't get the call. So we'll take another look on this catcher's challenge. And on further review, it was a strike. They'll keep both their challenges. Two outs and nobody aboard. Now a flare off the bat. And that is a foul ball. Short hop liner handled it short to first. It's there, and that's a great play. on to the bottom of the 6th. Stepping to the plate for Albuquerque, TJ Rumfield. Bash down the right side, but foul. On 0-1, the delivery. Late with the swing there. Got the strikeout looking. Leadoff batter retired in the 6th. Rumfield disagrees with that called strike. Here's the challenge. And the strike call will stand. One challenge remaining for them now. Next up for the Isotopes, Drew Avens. There's a sinker at the knees for a strike.
Low inside.
And a big swing and a miss.
Low inside.
Spoils the 2-strike offering. Another coming up. One out and the base is empty. Got the batter swinging. Gassed it right by the bat. Adael Amador, the next to hit. Already a homer for him in this one.
No,
and misses inside.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
Late on that fastball.
Sinker. Middle outside.
This one lifted in the air, left field. Ward has a beat on it. Gets there, got it. Welcome back. We're in the 7th inning, and we have a new pitcher on the mound, Sean Sullivan, pitching on 2 days rest. Now it's the second baseman, Taylor Young. Fly ball down the line. And there's one away. One out and the bases are empty. Next up for the Comets, Mike Sirota. On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. The 0-1. Chases a high fastball there. And 1-2. So he got ahead 0-2, but way off the mark with the heater. At the plate, he sees that the pitcher wants to use the fastball to punch him out. He needs to be ready and not get beat. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. 2 away now to start the 7th. To the top of the order we go. Coming up to the dish for Oklahoma City, Chucky Robinson. 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
Hey!
Right through there for a strike. Rapid fire work on the mound. He's keeping these batters on their toes. On the ground, right side, Lopez. There with plenty of time, inning over. Bottom of the 7th, Nicky Lopez now at the plate. High in the air, out to right. One away. The way he's swinging the bat in this. Righty reliever out of the pen, Kyle Hurt. And in terms of walk rate, the numbers are impressive. Really filling up the strike zone this season. Sullivan
Oh, that
stands
was
in here,
bad.
leaves that one off the inside.
Middle inside.
That pitch in for a strike, and the count is 1-1. It's clear he's trying to own the inside part of the plate with 2 straight fastballs inside. We'll see if he goes away or comes back inside. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 2
Now
gone.
batting, the right fielder.
So 2 out. Sterling Thompson digs in now.
Comets.
Four-seam fastball. Middle outside.
0-1, here's the pitch.
That's a ball.
Circle change. Middle outside.
Swing and a miss, nice changeup. That's some great arm action from him to sell the changeup. And that one is foul, we'll try again.
Four-seam
2 outs,
fastball.
base is empty.
Inside.
Got the batter looking for the K. 3 up and 3 down, inning over. Ready to get the 8th inning going. Santiago Espinal getting ready to hit.
Santiago.
Sullivan, a 6'4 lefty, 190 pounds, and he was a second-round pick in 2023. On the ground, handles, and 1 gone as they make the play. Nobody on with 1 out. Next is the designated hitter, James Tibbs III. And that's ripped into left for a base hit.
Now batting, left fielder.
Stepping to the plate for Oklahoma City, Ryan Ward. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 1. This one ripped but foul to the right. Sliced the other way, that's a base hit. And the lead runner holds on at second base. Back-to-back singles. Great job on the 0-2 count. Clearly recognized the pitch early out of the hand and gave it a strong, balanced cut. And now, Josue De Paula. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Far inside, nearly clipped the batter. De Paula wants to challenge here. Thought it was a ball. So the call will stand. They've only got 1 challenge remaining. 1 out, runners at first and second. Cut on a miss. That's the strikeout. Next to hit, Matt Gorski. This one popped up in foul ground on the first base side. And that's that. Bottom of the 8th, Kyle Caros now at the plate. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Against a pitcher with great off-speed stuff, sometimes you'll sit on something other than a fastball on the first. This one line into the gap in right center. It gets down. Round first and heading for second. Safe at second with a double, 3rd hit of the afternoon. And he's put together quite a game at the plate. That's the kind of knock every batter loves to have. A well-struck ball into the... So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Paul Gervais, trying to strand the runner at second. And now, Kyle McCann. Check swing. Did the bat break the plane? Yes, it's a strike. Fly ball out to left field. Ward gets under it and makes the catch. So digging in, Chris Bryant. That's in there. Strike one. And that's a strike. 2 straight strikes low in the zone, and it's 0-2. Batter has to be able to lay off something off speed down in the dirt, because that could be what's coming. Swings through it for the strikeout. And 2 away now.
The first baseman.
Coming up to the dish for Albuquerque, TJ Rumfield. Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Might have a more aggressive approach this plate appearance. Keeps the AB going with a foul ball.
2-seam fastball. High outside.
0-2, rocks and fires. Good eye there.
Up there.
Impressive that he didn't swing on that one. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Play made, that ends the inning. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. John Brebbia has been really tough out on the mound, throwing the ball very well overall this season. At the plate, Noah Miller.
Aye.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone. Swing and a miss. Got the strikeout. And the leadoff batter set down here in the 9th. So up next, Taylor Young. Swing and a miss. Ugly cut right there. That one fouled hard the other way. 1 out and the base is empty. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Only 1 out remaining. Mike Sirota, the next to hit. Swings through it. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2. Oklahoma City down to their last strike. Got it. Here's the ball game. The Isotopes slug their way to a win in this one. 10-2 the final in this one. On behalf of our entire outstanding crew here at the show, I'm Ben Gelman. Thanks for joining us.